The Classy Gourmet, where you will learn secrets from the top chefs in the area.
Chef Cody, we're excited to have you on the show, and you're going to do have some fun, are you?
Oh, most definitely.
All right.
We're going to do the old-fashioned Cherries Jubilee, which is probably one of my favorites by far as desserts are concerned.
And look at those cherries.
And yes,
they're beautiful.
Those are the best Bing cherries you can get.
That's
Actually,
right.
these are canned, and if you were to use fresh, it would be to your advantage to blanch them in a little bit of sugar, water with a touch of salt.
It.
But
all right, and you've got some butter going on. We've got the
yes.
makings for a great dessert with butter and cherries.
We've got a half a stick of butter.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and add our sugar.
Okay.
And you want to add your sugar before the butter completely melts, because then the butter might get too hot and you might be in trouble.
Okay, so the sugar's going to help to cool down the butter.
And then we're just going to get it going.
Okay.
And once the the sugar starts to melt a little bit,
Okay.
it's time to roll.
It's time to roll. Now, are you familiar with Chef Sarah Moulton, Sarah's Secrets?
Yes.
She showed us, when she was here at the Classic Gourmet, I just love having all kinds of chefs come here and teach me neat things. She showed us that sugar left alone on its own without any butter or just heat will caramelize.
Exactly.
So can you imagine how this is going to taste with caramelization with butter and sugar?
Oh, this is a fantastic
Yum.
dish. And then we're going to put in some orange zest.
Oh, that's beautiful curly orange zest.
And get that moving a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to go ahead and throw in our cherries.
Okay. Oh, and they had a little bit of juice in them too.
Yep.
It's very nice.
Now we're going to let this go a little bit, and then we're going to do a quick flambe.
Okay. Now, is this a traditional Cherries Jubilee?
Yes,
Okay.
this is actually the traditional
The traditional
Cherries
Cherries Jubilee. So I knew it always had a little bit of orange, and I know we're going to do brandy to flame.
Now you could get away with using Grand Marnier if you want it,
gonna
and
say, a
then
little
walk away from the orange
Yeah.
juice.
Yes.
But the reason why I'm using orange juice, and also I have the Bing cherry juice left,
Right.
is just in case it gets a little bit too thick,
Okay.
it gives me something flavorful other than just throwing water in
That's
to
right.
dilute it a little bit.
Well, after you got all that great caramelization, you've got the orange peel. Water is just going to dilute. You don't want to do that.
Exactly.
All right, so this is where you stand back at home. He's
Oh,
adding
most
the
definitely.
alcohol. You want to add it off, and then you tip your pan nicely, get a nice flame going.
There we go.
Flame that.
And we're going to let it just reduce.
Okay.
I think we got a little flame there.
Yeah. I can see it about here. I don't think the camera can, but there you go. That
And
looks
then we're
good. A
going
little
to
bit of
add
orange juice.
orange juice and a little bit,
of
the
cherry
cherry
juice.
juice.
Give it a nice red color. Bring it back. Very nice.
And I'm going to go ahead and wipe this real quick.
Oh, they're so big and plump, and they look
Oh,
so
they're
beautiful.
gorgeous. And excuse me one second. I'm
Okay,
gonna go
now we're
ahead
going to
and
want this to
clean
get, I'm going to turn it up just a bit. We're going to want this to boil down just a tad. You got the ice cream in a beautiful presentation here in a nice wine glass. I can still smell the alcohol. You know, everybody asks when you have alcohol in a dish, does it boil out or does it cook out? And the answer is not all of it. There's always just a little bit of residual in there. You can't cook it all out, but
But what you will find is the more you let it reduce, the more alcohol you're going to get rid of.
That's right.
And quite frankly, I would serve this to a child. I would just allow all of the alcohol to completely evaporate before
That's right.
you do so. Or else your kids will sleep very well that night.
I don't know about you, but my mom always gave me a shot of blackberry brandy if I was coughing and I couldn't sleep. I know. Don't arrest her. She's a wonderful mom.
And now we're going to go ahead and serve real quick.
Okay, and
Now
you've got
there's-
two different presentations here.
Yes, most definitely.
Great.
Now, you'll find in more of the 4-star restaurants, you'll find Cherries Jubilee and a tumbler of sort. And another way to serve it, which I think is as elegant,
Right.
is on a beautiful dessert plate.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you both, and you guys decide which
Which
ones
one we
you
want
like
to
the
do.
best.
That's what it's about, because they're going to do this hopefully for their guests. You can also pre-scoop out your ice cream on a nice tray, okay, and then put it in the freezer so your balls are already ready, and all you have to do is go straight into the cup. Or you can go ahead and place everything in this cup just like Chef Cody did, and then stick the whole cup in your freezer or refrigerator. Now
Exactly.
don't do that overnight because you can shatter. They become, once the glass gets cold or frozen for a long period of time, when you take it out, it's easily shattered, especially since you're adding a hot liquid to it. So we're gonna let this one come to room temp just a bit, but you're welcome to go ahead and, it still needs to get thick, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
A little bit thicker.
Now, one trick you could use, let's say if you were
Okay.
really in a hurry to serve this, a dab of cornstarch with a little bit of water.
Yeah.
It'll thicken up so fast that you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But I prefer to allow it to cook out. It won't take that much longer.
That's right. Now, once you add the cornstarch, we call it a cornstarch slurry, you can't go back.
Exactly.
And it will also thicken in intense thick, and then it could break. It doesn't always
Exactly.
happen, but it can break, which means that it then loosens back up and separates itself out again.
And
That's
then-
what we call breaking a sauce. So you have, there's no way you're going to break this because the natural sugars are going to caramelize and
Exactly.
thicken. So
Now-
that's always good.
We are
All right.
ready to dish.
I want to go this one first, just because this one's starting to become just about the right temp. I think will be fun. Oh, how pretty. Oh, yum.
And it's nice when you can see the beautiful orange zest and things of
Yeah,
that
I like
nature.
that orange zest.
That's one of the reasons why you don't just go with
Okay, got
you don't just go with orange juice. It's really nice to have that beautiful zest
Right.
floating throughout.
it. I'm just going to help that one along just a little bit. 'Cause
No,
I
that's
think
fine.
having them a little bit down there, you can even put one more on now that I've smashed it in. There we go. Look how pretty. Like that.
And
No, I'm sorry. I'm loving that one. That's good.
I'm just going to put a
Put
little bit more
Here,
cherry
let me get that, just so we don't wilt that. There you
on there.
go. Beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Smells good.
Cherries Jubilee.
Cherries Jubilee.
Here, I have a spoon for
All
you.
right.
Would you like
Do I
to
get
give
to
it a
try it?
Almost
Absolutely. Are you
definitely.
kidding? This is what I've been waiting for. That's really hot. It's delicious.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Oh yeah. All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks for the great dessert. Stay tuned for more Classy Gourmet Show coming up real soon.